Blues versus Brumbies, folks. Ooh, what a game in the end, though, eh? Now, but I've noted here before this game, I predicted the Blues to win this by 12 and under. I just thought that on paper, I thought the Blues forwards and the Blues backs, I just thought they'd have a little bit of an edge over the Brumbies. And then you combine that at Eden Park. I didn't think there'd be a lot in it, but I just had the Blues 12 and under. Look, it started off in 10 minutes in, the Blues got an early try. And what I've noted here was quite evident was the Blues take on attack. They'd sort of make a break, and then there was just a number of pick and goes, pick and go, another pick and go, another pick and go, which I remember from my club rugby days as a lock forward. Make a bit of a break, and the halfback would yell at you, pick and go, pick and go. Anyway, carrying on. So 24 minutes in, the Blues were hot on attack here again, and there was a really good turnover by Rob Valentini. And then the other thing, just in that first half, the Brumbies, look, I thought they'd really come to play and be dangerous on attack, but they just seemed a little bit off, didn't they? Their passing was going to ground. People running wrong lines. It just wasn't quite there for them, and ultimately, in that first half, they just didn't really fire the shots like I thought they would. Ultimately, in the end as well, 33 minutes in, there was a really good try to Caleb Clark. And then at halftime, it ended up being 24-0 to the Blues. I thought the Brumbies would come out and fire. I thought their attack might just gel and they'd execute a couple of good tries. The Brumbies obviously kept trying, but their execution was just, again, a little bit off. And then that 50th minute, there was a yellow card to James Slipper. Again, it's a difficult one, guys, isn't it? He sort of just, his body height was a little bit too high. It wasn't malicious, but as I've said in other videos, health and safety needs to come first in rugby, and the flow-on effect of these rules down to club rugby is quite important. So, yeah, in the end, a pretty comprehensive victory to the Blues, 46 points to 7. Look, some games the scoreline doesn't reflect the result, but in this game, it does. I just think the Brumbies had an off night. They were just well off with their execution, dropped balls, running the wrong lines, and the Blues, I thought they were good. They executed the basics, but I don't think they were outstanding either. I just think that the Brumbies were overall a little bit off tonight. So back to the drawing board for the Brumbies. Players to watch from this game. Mark Talia. Ooh. He's just consistent, isn't he? And he's just noted. He's like a little ferret, isn't he? He's just gets the ball and it's just so hard to get on the ground. He just sort of snipes this way and runs that way, and you just can't get him on the ground. But he also does the basics really well, doesn't he? He makes his tackles really well. He's really effective and dangerous at that breakdown. The other one I have, Caleb Clark. Look, his work rate is quite noticeable this season, isn't it? He's definitely a lot fitter, but he still seems to have that power game, which is genuinely his huge strength. Look, he ran over top of a few of those Brumby players, and look, he had a really good game tonight, and if he keeps up that form, he'll be there and thereabouts for All Black duty later in the year, I think. The other one I thought was good tonight, Dalton Papali'i. He was solid. And for the Brumbies, look, again, it wasn't their night, was it? But I've noted here, I thought Rob Valentini was fantastic. Isn't he just an awesome ball carrier? He's just he runs good lines, he runs at speed, he runs with power. But it's not just that. Look, he got a number of really good turnovers. He tackles really well. He does the basics really well. Just an all-round quality player, isn't he? If he keeps up that form, I'm sure he'll be in a Wallaby jersey later in the year. And if he plays like that, even for the Wallabies, look, he'll be a good international rugby player, won't he? Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and add your comments on the match. Bit one-sided in the end, but still a good game to watch in the end. So, cheers.